After losing a life partner, there is perhaps no pain that compares. You wake up in the morning, glance at the empty chair by the dining table, or step into a room so silent it feels suffocating. And in that moment, you ask yourself, how can I go on? Many women in their 60s or 70s believe they must be strong, that they must carry all the pain alone. But the truth is this: the choices you make after such a loss quietly shape the rest of your life. And if you're not careful, you may fall into painful mistakes that make healing longer and heavier than it needs to be. The first mistake many people make is trying to deny or suppress the pain. I once spoke with Helen, 65, who always told her children, "I'm fine, don't worry about me." She still went to the market, still cleaned the house as usual. But at night, she would hold her late husband's old shirt and cry silently. On the outside, she looked like a strong woman. But inside, her grief was never truly released. Many believe that suppressing emotions is a way to avoid burdening their children. In reality, it only makes the pain repeat itself, often leading to loneliness or even depression. Allowing yourself to cry, to talk with friends, or to join a support group is not a sign of weakness. It is the path to true healing. And when grief goes unshared, another common mistake follows: isolating yourself from the outside world. I remember Margaret, 70, who declined every invitation from neighbors to go for a walk or share a cup of tea. She told herself, "I no longer belong in that world." But staying inside four walls only made her sadness heavier. Silence is not always medicine. When Margaret finally agreed to join a book club at the library, she laughed again, for the first time in months. Just one evening of conversation with new friends reminded her that life still holds pieces worth holding on to. You see, denying the pain and shutting yourself away only pulls you deeper into the darkness. But when you dare to open your heart and step outside that silent house, even the smallest ray of light begins to shine through. Another mistake, quite but dangerous, is depending too heavily on your children. After losing a spouse, many women naturally turn to their children as their sole support. At first, this is completely understandable. You need comfort. You need to feel that family is still there. But if every decision, every joy, even your very sense of existence revolves entirely around your children, you're handing over all control of your life to someone else. I remember Linda, 68, from Ohio. After her husband passed away, she practically moved into her daughter's apartment. She depended on her daughter for finances, transportation, and even for meeting with friends. At first, her daughter was glad to help, but gradually, that dependence became a burden. Family dinners stopped feeling joyful, replaced by little tensions. "Mom, could you maybe try joining the church group? I'm really busy these days." Linda felt abandoned, but in reality, it was her excessive dependence that had made the mother-daughter relationship so heavy. The truth is, dependence doesn't just strip away your freedom, it also unintentionally takes away the space your children need for their own lives. Independence doesn't mean separation, it means balance. Later, Linda decided to join an art class at the community center. Each week, she had something new to look forward to. Her daughter noticed the change, and their relationship became lighter, easier, more loving. What many don't realize is this: when you build a full, vibrant life of your own, your children love you more naturally, not out of obligation or pressure. Another mistake widows often make is refusing to seek new joy. When your life has long been built around your spouse, losing them can make it feel like there's nothing left worth enjoying. Many women even tell themselves, "At my age, what's left to start over with?" And so they let the days slip by in sadness, stuck in a dull, repetitive routine. I once heard the story of Susan, 72, from Florida. Her husband had loved traveling, while she stayed home, caring for the household. After he passed, she told friends she was too old for fun. Her days revolved around the armchair and the television. But one day, A close friend invited her to join a seniors dance class. At first, Susan refused immediately, but her friends gently persisted and finally convinced her to try just one session. You see, denying the pain and withdrawing only pulls you deeper into the darkness. But when you dare to open your heart, when you step out of that silent house, even a little bit of light begins to seep in. Another mistake, quiet but dangerous, is depending too much on your children. After losing a spouse, many women turn to their children as their only source of support. At first, this is completely natural. You need comfort. You need to feel that family is still there. But if every decision, every joy, even your very sense of existence revolves entirely around your children, then you are handing over all control of your life to someone else. I remember Linda, 68, from Ohio. After her husband passed away, she practically moved into her daughter's apartment. She relied on her daughter for spending, for transportation, and even for arranging meetings with friends. At first, her daughter was glad to help. But gradually, that dependence became a burden. Family dinners no longer felt joyful. Small tensions crept in. "Mom, could you maybe try going out with the church group? I'm really busy right now." Linda felt abandoned, but in reality, it was her excessive dependence that had made the mother-daughter relationship heavy. The truth is, dependence doesn't just strip away your freedom, it also unintentionally takes away the space your children need for their own lives. Independence doesn't mean separation, it means balance. Later, Linda decided to join an art class at the community center. Each week, she had something new to look forward to. Her daughter noticed the change, and their relationship became lighter, easier, and warmer. What many don't realize is this: when you build a full and vibrant life of your own, your children love you more naturally, not out of obligation, but out of joy. Another common mistake widows make is refusing to seek new joys. When you've grown used to life with your partner, losing them can make you feel like nothing is worth enjoying anymore. Many even tell themselves, "At my age, what's left to begin again?" And so the days slip by in sadness, repeating the same dull cycle. I once heard the story of Susan, 72, from Florida. Her husband had always loved traveling, while she stayed home, caring for the house. After he passed, she told her friends she was too old for fun. Every day revolved around her armchair and the television. But then one day, a close friend invited her to join a senior dance class. At first, Susan immediately refused. But her friends persisted until finally, they convinced her to try just one session. And then something magical happened. The music, the steps, the laughter in that room gave her an energy she thought she no longer had. Before long, Susan became one of the most active members of the class. Her story shows us that finding new joy doesn't mean replacing old memories. It means adding new colors to your life. Exploring a hobby, an activity, or even simply a new group of friends is a way of reminding yourself that life still holds many treasures. And by opening your heart to new joys, you are also giving yourself the chance to heal. The final mistake, and the one that often causes the most silent suffering, is closing your heart to new friendships and love. After a loss, many women believe that opening up again is a form of betrayal to the one they lost. They carry guilt in their hearts, fearing the judgment of children or neighbors, and so they gradually isolate themselves in loneliness. I remember Margaret, 68, from a small town in Texas. After her husband passed, she refused every invitation from her old friends. When a widower in her community showed interest, she immediately rejected it. She told her daughter, "I don't need anyone else. Just your father and my memory is enough." But as time went on, the emptiness of her days made her realize that loneliness cannot be filled by memories alone. Years later, when she finally joined a book club, she found new friendships, and her life began to feel bright again. Her story shows us this: opening your heart does not mean replacing the love you've lost. It means nurturing the life you still have, Sometimes a new friend, a shared interest group, or even a late-in-life romance can become a bridge that carries you back to joy. And when you dare to give yourself that chance, you are continuing to write your life's journey in a way that is worthy, rather than letting yourself remain stuck in the shadows of the past. Looking back, the 5 mistakes many women make after loss, from bearing emotions, isolating themselves, depending too much on their children, refusing to find new joy, to closing their hearts to friendship and love, all share one thing in common. They keep you living in the shadows of the past instead of moving forward into the light. But here's the important truth. You can choose differently. You can allow yourself to cry, but also allow yourself to laugh. You can hold on to memories, but also open the door to new experiences. If these reflections resonate with you, I'd love to hear your story in the comments. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe so we can continue walking this journey together. Because happiness after loss is not about forgetting, it's about learning to live more fully, shaped by what you've lost. And if you want to know how to rebuild your confidence and reclaim respect in life after 60, then the next video is something you won't want to miss.